Did you hear about the...
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the...
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
Oh, my God. He said it.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going atheist, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see.
No, but did you see that?
Playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going atheist, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, need some antiseptic.
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the...
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. It is what it is.
Back for another night.
Another night, another night. You know, why is like that intro has become the intro for just about everything I do this week. I don't know.
A lot of fuckery going on this week.
I'm going to get pigeonholed. Like, well, there's always a lot of fuckery going on. Definitely. This week, it's not as much funny fuckery as it is like, oh my God, can you believe what the fuck they're doing fuckery? But, you know, and that might be why we all have a tone to our voice tonight. Because it's been a week. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Jared. Right.
Yeah.
We just, on this show, we get to say, hell, fuck the week. fuck everything that happened this week. Okay, and not in a good way. And I don't mean that in a good way. No.
Me either.
I don't mean that in the most pleasant way that I normally talk about that shit. No, I mean it in the fuck you kind of like fuck it kind of way. Not good. Not good.
No foreplay, no lube. It just was rough and fucking awful. Yeah.
Oh, damn, that hurts.
Oh, Jen. thanks for the grope, Jin. You know, listen, everybody needs a good grope here and there. Don't be shaming me for liking a good grope. You remember, it's a lonely bear world here.
Non-existent.
Yeah, stop it. That was part of the fuckery last night. I got trashed, Jared. They like threw me under the bus during the games, like you would not believe. They turned me into like an old withered up, unloved spinster bear somewhere. Like they tossed me out. Yes, they did. Yeah,
Oh,
was
that's
terrible.
a little sad. I'm sorry. I passed out at like 10 o'clock. I was done with the
You
day.
should
I was
yell
like,
at your
I'm
husband.
done.
He's the one that did 5 of them.
They had me so depressed. I just I fell asleep as soon as the game was over. They were talking. I was like, fell asleep. and Aaron heard me like probably hit the pillow or whatever, or the mic or something. He muted me, and then he muted me in the server. I couldn't get back on. Like I couldn't talk even when I woke up. I'm like, fuck, Aaron, turn me back on, please. I'm like, I didn't even know you had superpowers, Aaron. Like, who the hell could shut up the bear? Aaron, apparently.
Well, we were hoping we had kick powers to kick you out of the channel, so when Brilliant got on, he wouldn't see you sleeping there. But
no, well, that's okay. Brilliant's used to seeing me sleep in Discord though, because he's up all hours of the night. He's on Aussie time, so like if I passed out someplace, But thank you. Were you trying to save me, or you were trying? I don't know what you're like. I don't know if that was a nice
the VC because we were just tired of seeing you there.
Oh fuck! And just in case you all don't know what we're talking about my actual chat, my freaking voice chat that they're kicking me out of after they disrespected me to no hell. Like, it just I felt like such an unwanted bear. I'm such a lonely, unwanted bear.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. That
I
sounds
know,
real mean.
Karen. It was.
You
They
guys
were
are
awful.
bastards.
They were
I get it.
bastards.
We
That's a
tried
good
real
word
hard.
for it. Fucking bastards. Not even like
Sounds like you made it.
bastards. They were fucking bastards. They were evil. They were. All of them.
Well, sometimes you need a little evil in your life, so maybe I'll give them a pass today.
It does. It makes me a better bear. It does. And I will get back at each and every one of them. If you were in that chat, watch your back. Or your backside, your front side, your head. Your
I only did 2. I go on the record for what I did, and wasn't even that bad.
Okay, wait a minute, Charlie. Wait, Charlie has a very important question for all of us. Okay, before we get started, because we must answer the people's. And
okay,
Charlie wants to know if he scratches his ass and he doesn't smell anything, does he have COVID or a super clean butt?
Did you just come out of the shower?
That or scratch your front side and see if that's sweaty.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now wait a minute. So I have questions. Like, first of all, Charlie, I do want the answer to quizzes. Are you wet? Did you just get out of the shower?
He may be wet, but didn't just get out of the shower too.
Oh, this is true. It could be. And did you use your left hand and your right hand? And was it full cheek? Was it left cheek? Was it right cheek? Or was it straight down the middle?
Are we just talking? Are we just talking the cheek scratch? Or are we talking the dig it in and scratch? I mean,
oh god.
Oh, I was thinking cheek scratches, not like up in there.
I know, Charlie. Thank you for adding to the content. I know you're sorry as fucking hell that you asked. It's okay. But I'd say we will all have to figure this out for you later, Charlie. Like, I'm a hands-on kind of bear.
Yeah, I think you should get around. We'll put you in the middle, and then we'll all, check to see just how clean you are.
Because we'll help you test this out if that's what you really want, Charlie. Because we're there for you, dude. We are there for you. Yeah. Okay. Now on that, let's get to the real fuckery. Oh, that was fun.
Much appreciated.
It's not often that Charlie lays his ass out for us, but damn, is it appreciated when he does.
I was surprised.
Charlie,
yeah.
that was nice. Thank you very much, Charlie. I Love when you do that. Oh my God. Made my, you know what? Look at, now we're laughing. Made my evening.
There you go.
All we needed was a little Charlie.
A little Charlie ass.
Everybody needs a little bit of Charlie.
Hey,
I
now.
can't say-
No
is
harassing
wrong.
the Charlie. Let's not.
I'm not harassing. I'm just saying it's a factual thing. Everybody could do with a little bit of Charlie.
I know, Charlie. I didn't mean it to go that bad, but there goes. I don't know.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate. It's your own fault. You started it. You started it with these two, so this is what you get.
This is it. This is what happens, you know.
And just think, while Claire Bear is checking out your ass, I can just be standing in front of you checking something else out.
No, don't. All right, that's it. We're going to content now. Guys, isn't there something else you're supposed to be talking to us about? Like,
yes, ma'am. I have an update from last week's. Well, the last, who knows, the last time we did fuckery together. And about the Todd and Julie Chrisley case, where they had been charged with bank fraud, conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and tax fraud. And they have been found guilty. In Atlanta, a federal jury convicted Todd Chrisley of conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to defraud the U.S., and tax fraud, while Julie Chrisley was convicted of conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to defraud the U.S., tax fraud, and wire fraud. And their former attorney, Peter Tarantino, what a name, what a fucking name, Tarantino, was convicted of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and willfully filing false tax returns. Now, the Chrisleys could face up to 30 years in prison. 30 years. And by the way, their new season starts this weekend. They are going ahead with it. Just thought I'd let you know.
Oh, I did not expect that.
Yeah, the U.S. Okay, hold on. They're on a USA network, so I think we should expect that from a USA network. So
okay, that's true.
Damn, that's a hell of a lot of charges, and their lawyer too. Their lawyer.
Well, their former attorney.
Is this the one he slept with? Was that
no? That was his former business partner.
That's the guy who testified against them and put the nail in their coffin. But I heard that the district attorney actually had a lot to say about that witness, and I'm surprised that he got as much credibility as he did, since their own district attorney was saying, "You can't believe this man; he's a thief and a liar."
We don't know. We don't know if that convicted them or not, because I mean they had other financial records that they were working off of. That happened well after this other guy had left their lives. I mean, so I wouldn't say the only real shocker that what was that guy's name? Hang on, I got it down here.
You're talking about the partner. This is the one you told
us.
Mark
Braddock. Yeah,
he's the gay lover from 2012 or something.
Right. Well, from 23 to 2010 or 2011.
2003. Wow, that's a lot.
He had a 1 year. He says he had a 1 year affair with Todd Chrisley. Now he was with them for a lot longer than that, but he left them early 2010 or 2011. So he wasn't even with them when probably most of this shit came down.
So I have a conspiracy theory, because my brain is just weird. Do you think he just now came out with this story about being his lover, knowing that they were fixing to get charged with this? So he was like trying to help him out of like, hey, let's go on with this story, and maybe people will ignore we just broke federal law.
Maybe. I mean,
he could. He admits to everybody that he is obsessed with Todd Chrisley. I'm not sure why,
Okay.
but he's obsessed
Right.
with Todd Chrisley.
Well, he's
So-
obsessed with them, so he's going to send him and his wife to jail for tax crimes. Like, wow.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah, of
I
course,
don't
Todd Chrisley denies all those allegations of
Well,
wrongdoing.
he's denying
and-
everything. Yeah, you
Oh,
know
yeah,
they're going to appeal.
they're all denying. They've already announced their appeal, so they are under house arrest until
Okay, so-
sentencing.
All right, so now we have
So-
another question related to Todd Chrisley.
Okay. Claire, if Todd and boyfriend do butt stuff but can't smell each other, do they have COVID?
Because that goes along with Charlie's.
Yeah.
You know what, Beaver? I don't know. All I know is I'm gonna have to volunteer to go smell Charlie's butt, and then I'll let you know based on that whether we should go forward. With Todd
Hold on, that's not gonna tell them anything. I mean, you guys are like the
Don't ruin my
Magnus
fun.
in Japan that you think a guy is just self-lubricating and just go right to it.
You know what? I can't help it if you're more of an expert on assholes than I am.
It's one of
Don't
the things
spoil
I
my
enjoy.
fun. Don't take all my fun away. It's just not right. The way it's just not right.
We should talk about that on Mayhem about how men who are having sex with one another would prepare for that.
No, we should not, actually. We should not. Okay. No, we should not. I think you should save that for your OnlyFans or your instructional videos or whatever the hell it is you're doing. But I don't think we should do that. I know, Charlie. Content. All right, back to the content. You heard Charlie. Get back on tax.
So anyway,
do what the man says.
they are appealing. They will be sentenced sometime in, is it late July or August, somewhere in there. And of course, the appeal will be filed as soon as they have their sentencing, because you can't file an appeal until after the sentencing. So
okay, so
it's still
I'm
an ongoing
about
saga.
The sentencing, though. Remember there was another reality couple that got all kinds of finance charges, like the tax evasion and all kinds of the Judices on Real Housewives of New Jersey. Joe and Teresa, and then Teresa got, because she signed stuff for him. And she said, even though she didn't know what was going on, she got quite a few months, but they only, she only got she got months in a non-security, but she's away from, what was it, 13 months. And then he got quite a few years, but he got deported because he was here from Italy on an immigration status. So he actually got deported because of the crimes. But I don't think Chrisley, he's not going to get deported anywhere.
No, he won't get deported. But in a lot of these types of cases, what can happen is they can turn over all their assets. And if all their assets tally up to what they owe and what they might be penalized for, they won't be doing jail time, but instead will be put on probation.
Yeah,
right.
First, Juju said, did they fire the guy right after the affair ended? Because that story is suspicious on many levels. I agree, but I don't think he got fired right after. I'm not sure, because we always heard rumors about Chrisley, but nobody ever came forward before. Juju says she thinks we need to have someone on the inside of all these courtrooms for all these trials, so we know what was really said. Like, we could take turns, or we could just make Claire go, whatever. Thank you. Okay. Can we take turns? Because those benches are stiff. I don't want to sit there on a hard bench all day just for you guys. I mean, I love y'all, I do, but that's a bit much, to ask me to do. But hell, I'll take turns with y'all, though. I know. I want to think that's what happened with Julie, that she just signed, Shay. I agree, but they do everything together, and I think she's a lot smarter than the laid back person that she plays on the reality show.
Yeah.
But he does seem to be quite the control freak, so I don't know how much of her.
I don't think that she could believe for a minute that all the money that he brought in came from reality.
No, no, of
Somebody'd say
course
it,
not.
because I'm
No, they were in
yeah.
real estate, and it's
Real
like,
estate. There we go.
yeah, they were in real estate. So, like, and they had all these other businesses. I remember seeing an episode once where they had like a smoothie business. They were trying to get the kids to run. They were trying to get the kids to get in the business.
Okay, hold
Grandma.
on. Jujubee, we're not talking about his accountant. We're talking about his business partner.
Mm-hmm.
So when they had the affair, or supposedly had the affair, allegedly had the affair, as soon as they kind of broke it off, his business partner left the business. They didn't keep him around, which is why I don't put a whole lot of credence into this idea that he was the one who brought all the charges, because he wasn't. One of the charges, a number of these charges came from bank fraud, which dealt with the Chrisleys taking out a loan and then basing their loan on having an account that had millions of dollars in them, when in actuality the account only had like 87 or 18. Was it 18,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was either
something like that. It was in
18,000.
the thousands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
really
ridiculous number, and
low.
really one would wonder why the bank didn't check into this. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. Like, why are they going to jail for the bank not dotting their I's and crossing their T's? Like, you're supposed to use these accounts for collateral. You're supposed to check the collateral before you give them
when
loans.
you file those documents that say all the above, or all the above things are true and blah blah blah, and I'm committing perjury if I'm lying, you put your name on that.
Yeah.
And suddenly now you're committing bank fraud, because
Yeah, but you know what this whole thing sounds to me, because a lot of this stuff wasn't new. Like, when you look at these charges, like about those particular loans, right, Quiz? You told me they weren't exactly new loans.
well,
it
they were
looks
from
like
2018.
Yeah, but it looks like they pissed somebody off and they just
Well,
went with
the charges
everything
were
that-
filed in 2019, though. So it wasn't that they pissed somebody off. I think the bank went back and probably did a check. Somebody did an internal audit.
Is that
and
where the
probably
original
got
charge
caught.
started? Is the bank charge the original charge, though, and then they added all the other stuff? Or
I would be willing to bet that this is how it started. Is the bank somebody in the bank did an audit and found out, wait a minute, they didn't have that cash.
right?
Matter of fact, that the account that they were saying that they had all this money in was only opened a week before. It wasn't even an account. So, they really screwed themselves, doing this kind of stuff. I mean, but if banks don't check before they hand out loans, and you can't tell me that Julie can't figure out that I just signed for an X million-dollar loan with Todd, and suddenly we have an influx of money that she didn't know where that money came from.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not stupid.
Yeah, no, she's not. And Jujubee has a good thing there too. She said, "Did someone at the bank get in trouble? Because that seems like a real bank would have caught that issue." Yeah, I guess like whoever was in charge of making sure that loan went through, whoever pushed that loan through, they're getting side-eyed for sure. And I agree, sleeping with your business partner is never a good idea. Not in business. What do they say? They say, don't do that where you eat.
Yep.
I know. Aaron says it's just a bunch of rich people screwing each other over left and right, and somebody else has to pay for it, literally. I hear you, Aaron. It's like, why should I care so much that they're really, he stopped screwing his partner, and now his partner's screwing them both. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I the partner stuff is old. I think the new stuff is what really got them. I mean, the bank fraud, the conspiracy, because they both did it. They both had to know that this account only had $18,000 in it, and it was only a week old when they went in asking for a loan. I mean, come on.
But I mean, it's happened so often, like that. What was that socialite that just got in trouble in New York City because it turned out she had no money, but she owed millions to hotels and all that stuff. I mean, it happens constantly. Yeah. Anna something, I think, isn't that her name? Or Anne? I just remember distinctly she has red hair.
Oh, God.
It's crazy that they allow them to rack up millions and millions of dollars. And yet You know, you or I would go in for a $500 loan, and they want our whole life history.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Name of our kids, their blood type, the whole bit. You know?
The whole thing.
Here you
How
go.
much I made 10 years
Yep, you
ago.
got 'em
Yeah.
both. But that's at least they they did the right thing in the court. They said they were guilty, or they're at least going to check it out. But I wanted to put this up by Charlie because here's the anti-fuckery tonight, because this was really cool. I did read about this, Charlie. This was amazing. This is the anti-fuckery of the night, because he says, did you see how some people on Minecraft made a giant virtual library with tons of banned books that anyone can access? And that's pretty cool. That is amazingly cool. And I love that. I actually loved that, and I knew about that. Thanks for telling us about that, Charlie. When you bring it on the content, the anti-fuckery content. Very nice of you. Hey, that's good. Beaver, don't get on him about it. I'm actually happy he brought that up. That was a good thing. We should celebrate it. Some of these things that actually happen that are good, because the other stuff we have to tell you about tonight wasn't really so good. It really wasn't. Because I was amazed. I had to get off Twitter. I could only do Twitter and Instagram in 15-minute shots over the last week. And I know some of you don't Twitter, and because it's a cesspool and everything. But when you have a channel, and especially if you do a show like this, you have to kind of keep your eye on some things that are going on. Especially with the bigger accounts and stuff like that. You all may be aware that I covered the Depp trial with Ranty every day, and we got the, finally, how could you not be aware that the Depp trial had a resolution, and they put out the verdict, and Depp won. And the fucking internet exploded. You would have thought the worst thing in the world happened if he won his case. I was amazed at the onslaught of what it was. I mean, if you could have saw my DMs, okay, because I covered this trial and he won, and I actually stuck up for him the whole time based on the evidence. I never said that I wasn't going to be biased about it, because I had been following it for 2 years already and had seen the evidence that was going to be coming out. And so I already had an opinion, although I did appreciate the process. I wanted to see due process happen. I'm all about the legal stuff. I was all behind it. But the shit that I got, because I'm a female, and I dared to say that men get bashed, you would not believe it. And the famous people that I saw coming out saying this kind of bullshit that really should know better, that are just freaking idiots. One of them, I don't know, brace yourself, Jared. You're not going to like this woman.
Yeah, I'm already tensing up, ready for this one. So let's do this.
All right. Shall we start? Should we start with dickhead number 1 or dickhead number 2? Let's start with
dealer's choice. You tell us.
We're going to start with Michele Dauber.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right. Michele Dauber is a legal professor at Stanford. Okay. A legal professor. All right. And this is what she had to say after the election. I mean, the election. Listen to me. I'm all in yesterday already. Ooh, God, help me. No, I mean, after the verdict. Okay. And after Johnny Depp was declared that he did have a defamation suit against Amber Heard, she was going to have to pay him a lot of money. So Michele Dauber comes out on Twitter and says, in a society that strips women of real power, some women have learned to seek male approval in the hopes they won't be raped or abused or humiliated. Sucking up to power might feel good to you, but it won't work, because you will be next.
I have so much to say.
Wait, a little bit more. Just hold, if you can.
Okay.
If you can.
I will. I'll try.
I know, and I'm going to let you go first, actually, after this. And then she puts up a picture of Camille Vasquez, Johnny Depp's attorney. And she says, okay, I can't even read this one without their growl. Sorry for the growling, people, but of all the women who suck up to male power, women lawyers are the absolute worst of the bunch. Desperate to prove they are real lawyers and understanding that being a woman undermines their identity as lawyers. They throw women under the bus as hard as fast as they can.
Okay, so this lady is a professor at Stanford. What does she teach?
Law.
Okay. I thought you were gonna
She's
say
a
something like
law.
fucking women's studies or something.
No,
Feminism.
no.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
That's what I was fucking thinking.
you know what? And let me just tell you, she does proclaim to be a feminist, but I'm saying
Yeah, of
that
course
is
she
the
does.
most anti-feminist shit I've ever read in my life. She's saying that we're all putting us back into the 20s and 30s when her out there on Twitter just did it by taking all the credit away from every single professional woman out there that has gone out there and gone against the ceilings and actually put themselves in a man's world with a three-piece suit. They're CEOs, they're COOs, they're CISs, they're business professionals, teachers, whatever. Okay, and she's saying, I mean, what the fuck is she saying? Like, somebody help me here. I can't believe that she's accusing all of us because we're successful that we must have done something wrong to do it.
So
she literally.
Oh man. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm too amped up. Oh, sorry. I'll pause.
No, go ahead. Let it out before you blow up. Go ahead. Go on.
I was going to say, she's the type of woman that cannot see, in spite her own fucking terrible personality, that she's the reason why people don't fucking like her. She's one of those that won't do in any internal introspection of like, hey, maybe this is not because I'm a woman. Maybe it's because I'm a fucking asshole and people hate me. And so she blames it on one thing that she can vaguely say she's marginalized against. I can't do people like this piss me off because you're just as bad as what you claim to be that you're fighting against. 100%. You boil us down to just pitiful little women who need men to make it through life. And that's not the fucking reality of it.
Yeah, because like, you know, and then to go use Camille as the example, a woman who just won a $10 million lawsuit. Was she sucking on anybody's tit to do that? I don't think so. I saw a powerful, strong woman who owned her stuff, who went, and just because she went against Amber Heard, I'm sorry, because she went against a woman, that's reverse sexism. To say that as a woman, I'm not allowed to call a woman a liar, that I'm not allowed to do my job against another woman, that I've got to tow to some other, like, I don't know what kind of rules this woman is talking about that we as women have to be successful. I don't understand it whatsoever. She's a professor of law, and she's trashing a lawyer who just won a $10 million lawsuit. Why? Because it was against a woman. All right. I don't, you know, that's reverse sexism. That's supposed to be everything we were against, isn't it? Isn't it? Weren't we supposed to be looking at people as people and not as gender? Weren't we supposed to like come out here and not be judged as being a woman? Who this woman, this freaking professor, just judged us all because we're women? Well, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be judged on what we do, what we accomplish, what we represent, what we say, how we live, not our gender, you know, not what's in my pants or your pants or their pants or his pants. Okay. And what does she do? The total, she does it. And they don't even think they're doing it. They're so blind to it. It was rampant. It was everywhere on Twitter and everywhere on Instagram. I went. I was like, what the hell? It's like,
I saw an uptick, and I didn't realize like somebody. I mean, this is gonna sound terrible, but like someone I hope was really intelligent wouldn't say something so fucking stupid. Like I've seen like influencers say crap like this of, you know, this is all against women, and that's why, you know, Johnny Depp won because he's a man. But I didn't think someone who should be intelligent would say just a fucking back ass words like fucking statement. Just like, ugh, that one pisses me off for sure. You're just being an asshole to be an asshole.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm sorry. Beaver, knock it off. I don't have my tabs open because my laptop's been bad. And if you'd been here, you'd know that the last couple of days. So stop yelling at me in the chat. I don't deserve this. Knock it off, please. Really. I did just finger bang the keyboard, and it's all your fault, Beaver. I love you, but again, you're giving me stress, girl. You're giving me stress. Hey, Mocking, how are you? It's Friday night. But anyway, back to that. You know, Jared, you got a valid point. I'm sorry, I did hear you, but I had to deal with that.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but I just don't understand how they can. They do. This is a professor, nonetheless. You know, doing this kind of shit. Well, unfortunately, I don't know. She wasn't the only
See, it
one.
makes me wonder, is she one of those professors that if she gets a female student, is she going to say, hey, make sure that you're, dressed, use your feminine wiles to make sure men notice you? I mean, is that to me, that's what that screams. Like, make sure you wear the makeup and your hair's done. And, you got to be beautiful for people to take you seriously. Like, this is what I read into this is like, use your body to get what you want. In reality, it should just be you and you'll make it.
No, I mean, I don't know. I hear you. I'm wondering, like, when you say that, is you also telling them they can only join all female law firms, or they're not doing their job? Do they have to only take on female clients? You can only, and you got to go against the man, and the man is always guilty. Like, don't even look at him like he might have a case. Like, no, don't like it's bullshit. Like, I just want to. That's not why I come out strong. That's not why I want to represent myself as I thought, as a strong woman, as a feminist. And now it's like they're turning it into a dirty word. Like, way to go ahead. And you know all those memes they make about feminists, like we're so leftist and we're man haters and this, that, and the other thing. And, they're just making it all true, right? Like, they're just making it all true. Stupid shit. Like, you're really not helping. If you think you're helping, this isn't it. And
no, not at all.
It's not helping. It's definitely
no, because like this is what my husband says is like it should be just a human issue and stop so much into like male and female, because when you make it a competition, all this stuff still exists. Like, that just screams men have to be put down. I'm married to a man. I'm never going to see him less than me. He is my partner in all sense. I've got 3 kids. One is non-binary and the other 2 right now are girls, and I'm down for it. I will be the first one in line to fight whatever fight, but this bullshit's got to stop.
No, I get that, because that's why, like, I say, some people don't like the word partner, but that's what I actually think it is. Like, when you're together, like, that's the world I want to live in. Like,
what word should we use if not partner?
Exactly. Like this, because it could be a man and a woman, it could be a woman and a woman, it could be a man and a man. That's the world that we were going to live in, right? And that's what we were all pushing for. Like, remember, like, maybe she needs, like, she looked like she was old enough to know about the 60s and the 70s. I'm just saying, like, she knows better. This is what's so aggravating to me, is these are intelligent women, and she's not the only one. This is a law professor, okay? And listen, I linked Uncivil Law's video about her down there because, well, I know some of you think that he can be a little whatever, but when it comes to this, he was spot on about it all. Like, I could have said everything that he said. Okay, so I'm going to give him credit for it, because he called obnoxious. He called her arrogant. He called her a dipshit, an idiot, and all kinds of it. And he was right. I applaud him. And he also said, way to take us back. Like, way to prove it all right. Like, way to really represent, like, not. And let me tell you, if you haven't ever been exposed to him, brace yourself. He's very deadpan. His snark is like total, like, you don't actually know he's being funny at first, but he really is. He's like deadpan, sarcastic fuck. Like, he's pretty good at it too. Oh, he had me going, but it was good. You could watch that one, and you'll get the other side of it, because I wanted you to hear a man talk about it too, and to know that as a woman, I agree with just about everything he said, because she set us back. Not Camille Vasquez. She didn't set us back by representing a man against a woman in a defamation trial that just happened to be based on abuse. But, Johnny's not the one who based it on abuse, did he? Who brought that forward?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Who made it about abuse and sexual harassment? and
Yeah.
sexual abuse. Who
Mhm.
brought that forward? Okay. The so-called organization that's supposed to protect domestic abuse victims. Okay. The so-called woman who is the face of that organization. Let's be clear who brought that into this shit. Okay. Who made it
Yeah.
an issue? Okay. It wasn't he. So don't
I
be
didn't
saying,
realize that she was
yeah.
the start of the Me Too until all this came out and people
Well,
started saying
it
and
was she
talking about it. I
wasn't
had no clue.
she wasn't really the start of it. It actually started with the Rose McGowan and several people against Harvey Weinstein and several
Oh,
other big
okay.
producers. Me Too started.
Yeah.
I'm all for me. Let's not let. I am all for the way Me Too started and what it represented
Yeah.
in the beginning. Okay, but as an organization, if you're gonna represent domestic violence, if you're going to be out there and saying domestic violence is wrong and abuse is wrong, and you're going to represent people, okay, I understand at the time it was about women because of what was going on right then. Okay. But if you
Mhm.
don't grow your organization to include everybody, you're just being sexist. You're just
Right.
representing exactly what you came out against. You are
Yeah.
stifling voices. You are discriminating against whole groups of people, and it's wrong. And if you don't have the wisdom, Me Too, ACLU, to see that you're going to be a dying organization unless you grow with the rest of us to include everybody, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with admitting that, hey, a woman who says that this happened to her might not be telling the truth. It's a
Mhm.
possibility. And you're denying that. You're saying that we're not even allowed to say that, or we're like bringing us back to the dark ages. I'm sorry. I don't think calling somebody a liar brings me back to the dark ages. I don't think me looking at mounds and mounds of evidence and making a conclusion brings anybody back to the dark ages, because that's
Mm-mm.
due process.
Right.
Okay. I don't understand. Like, gosh, help me.
Well, there's always 3 sides to every story. There's yours, mine, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth. So it just
Mm-hmm.
depends on how you see something and how it's perceived through your own eyes and life and perception. But,
Mm-hmm.
like, you're allowed to say, like, that's not how I took that whole situation. But that just opens up a whole 'nother can of worms, because any point someone can say that they think you're
Mm-hmm.
remotely wrong, they're just gonna jump on it. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
it's all black and white in these situations.
No, absolutely. In quiz, I'm wondering why you don't have anything to say.
Well, I'm not an idiot, for one.
What do you mean?
Well, when you're talking about feminism, it's probably best that the men just shut up.
No, that's
Um,
not true. That's not
no,
true.
no, I
Wait a
have
minute.
an opinion.
Well,
No, don't jump, don't jump. I have an opinion on it. I do, but my opinion isn't going to make a whole lot of difference, because what I'm going to say is going to be what you say, but then people in chat are going to be like, well,
no.
especially if they're
You know,
like Miss Dauber, they're going to say, who would want to listen to a man?
listen, but you know what? I'm going to actually say that that's bullshit right now, because that's like me coming out when I said men too. Does that mean people didn't listen to me? I know a lot of people listened to me when I said it, and I'm not a man.
No, you're right. Men too needs to be a
Yeah.
movement, and it
So
needed to be a
why?
movement.
All
Unfortunately,
right.
it needed to be a movement a long time ago.
Yes, it did.
Let's
So that's
let's
what I'm saying.
understand. Let's
Why won't you
understand that the
talk?
Me Too movement is dead. Period. It's gone.
It is, because it's
They
everybody.
fucked it over,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody's going to trust in what they've done anymore.
Listen,
It's like the boy
it,
who cried
mm-hmm.
wolf too many times.
You know what breaks my
Now they
heart?
have absolutely no credentials to be doing that. So a new movement will have to start. And here's the
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Now look
It
at this.
can't just be women this time.
No kidding. Look at
They
this.
have to
Juju.
include
Right, but here's the
all
thing.
those
If
who
you
suffer from domestic violence. And
exactly,
if people out there think men don't suffer from domestic violence, then you're dumbasses. Not you in
exactly.
the
So,
chat,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
I
But if
know, but
you're in the chat and you think that men don't suffer from domestic violence, you're a dumbass. They do.
listen,
Mhm.
Juju says, I want to listen to a man. I want to listen to all of you. And I agree. That's why I'm saying that's bullshit. Like, you don't have to be quiet, Quiz. Just, you know,
I choose to be quiet because I want the women to lead on feminism.
And I want the men
I don't want a man to stand in front of feminism and say, you know, what they say is right, therefore, you know, you should listen to me because I'm man. That's bullshit. It's just like my voice on abortion. You know what my voice on abortion is? It's a woman's right to choose.
It is, but here, there, you know, you're gonna be. Oh gosh.
No, seriously, it's your body, it's your choice, and I will back whatever you fucking choose. But
I also think you're part of the process, and I think you need to have a voice in it with that woman if you created that child. Because I have brothers, and I've seen them get screwed over, and I know others that have. And I just think it's a process. Yes, body autonomy. Don't get me wrong. It is my body. In Texas, stay the fuck out of my uterus. I'm getting sick of this shit. I really am. But like, I really am. You know. But I'm just saying that it is not. Just like you can't be so hard ass to say that if you've created something together, come on.
Right.
All right.
I know
I have an opinion. I have my opinion on feminism, and I will back you.
Yeah.
Up. But
no, true.
I don't want to stand in front of you and then have people say, "Well, look, they've got a man leading," because that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Right.
A man should not lead a feminism argument. A man should not.
No, they shouldn't.
It's like when you go to Fox News and they're debating abortion and all they've got are white men on the panel. And I'm like, what the fuck? How is that a debate on abortion?
I know. But here's what's
they
my
pay
point,
for most of them is why.
If you could be up here with myself and with Jared, right, and say that you didn't feel comfortable saying anything, like that's an issue because you know that.
Oh no, it's not that I don't feel comfortable. If you had said something that I disagreed with, I'd have jumped on it.
Yeah.
But you can't.
I feel comfortable voicing my opinion. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I want you to voice yours first. Because you're women.
It would be like me over talking you when it came to,
gay rights
like I'm an ally. I'm through and through. I will be there 100%, but I'm going to look for your direction. Like, I'm not going to make the decision. I'm just going to put my steel-toed boots on and, you know, we're going to go kick some ass somewhere, but I'm not going to be the one that decides where we're going.
Exactly. And that's all I'm saying. The same.
No,
I'm just going to let you guys lead this. If you say something I disagree with, you'll fucking know it. But at the same time, I haven't heard anything I disagree with. I mean,
I trust you'll speak up.
I completely agree that Miss Dauber has fucked the movement.
Yes, she is.
She's to me, she's showing jealousy of Camille.
Yeah,
and we talked about this in pre-show that Camille, as soon as she wins the big case, she got made a partner. And Miss Dauber jumps all over it. And I would ask Miss Dauber, why aren't you jumping all over the men who, not being partners, win a big case and get made partners right away? Why don't you jump on that?
Right.
I mean, let's be completely fair here. If you're going to jump on one person, jump on them all.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, Camille damn well deserves that partnership.
100%.
No, I get it. And you know what? She won a $10 million lawsuit. Free. Of course, she should definitely be partner. Yeah. Anybody would. And that's what
she did the thing you're not supposed to do. Oh, sorry.
Succeed? What?
No, I was going to say she did this thing you're not supposed to do. She boiled her down to gender. Like she took everything else away. She was no brain. She wasn't her education. She was a gender.
Exactly. And she was like, she took away the accomplishment of a lawyer, a damn good lawyer. And for what?
Right.
For what? What was the point that she made? Like, I didn't even get it. That's what was so disheartening about these tweets. And that is why I'm even talking about it. Because normally I'm just like, okay, asshole. Like, I don't need to even look at that. You're just a jerk.
Right.
But it really affected me because it was a smart, educated woman tearing down another one. For what?
Yeah.
Like, for what? And then making it all of our problems. If you were successful, you obviously got there by doing it the wrong way. Because you're not a man.
Like Quiz
Listen,
said, it's
I am
jealousy.
not a man hater. I am not a man hater. How can I hate men? I have a father. I have brothers. I have partners. I have lovers. How am I going to be a man hater and live in this world? And if you are, there's something fucking wrong with you. You're lopsided. Okay, you're not being for all. You're not seeing both sides of a situation. And I'm going to stand here and I'm going to say there's something definitely fucking wrong with that. You're trying to fix an evil by making it worse. Okay,
Yeah.
you're trying to fix something wrong with the world by becoming it. Like, and you don't even see it. Like, it's so frustrating. And
I
then
mean, it's the same as standing on the patriarchy side. It really is. I mean, it's just like she's just giving them ammunition.
Listen, and there's nothing wrong. Like, if they can't honor the difference between a man and a woman, then you're starting off on the wrong foot. Sorry, feminists everywhere. When you deny that there are some innate differences between a man and a woman, okay, you're starting off on the wrong fucking
Now, what
foot.
are those differences? Because I haven't really looked into the women's side a lot.
One of them is that they have great patience and don't actually fucking kill their co-hosts live on YouTube. That's one. Okay, no, stop it. You just stop it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I know. Anyway, I am not. I'm definitely going to try to rein it back in. Jordy, I would like to let you know that when it comes to putting the facts out and doing the percentages and all, normally on my shows we do, but this one's called Fuckery, and we usually just talk about the stupid shit that happens on Twitter and social media. And this one got a little more serious than some of them do. But we usually do have facts and figures. But if you want them, I'll tell you, 1 in 10 men end up committing suicide by the unfair justice of our laws here in the United States, just on divorce and child custody. There's a statistic for you. That's why I'm for men too. I have brothers. 1 in 6 do suffer from domestic violence, and only 1 out of 25 will come forward.
Yeah.
Okay. That the resources for
3
men
and
they don't
7.
do it. That they're not counted, so they don't have resources.
3 in 10 men are also sexually assaulted. And I don't even know how many of those will come forward. I mean, it's probably 1 in 100. I don't know. I mean, it's something that is
like we do know the statistics.
Yeah,
we're not just spouting rage here, I can assure you.
I mean, I can promise you that, women coming forward for sexual assault is, the numbers are bad. They're really bad. But,
yes,
the numbers of men coming
forward
forward because they were sexually assaulted are even worse. And it's all because of our society saying men should be strong and a man can't be raped. Well, I got news for you. A man can be raped. Little boys can be raped. It doesn't fucking matter. And we need to get over this bullshit of, well, you're a male and you can't be raped. No, that's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. I did not want my first sexual experience to be with my fucking uncle.
No, I know. All right. I know.
Sorry. Now you got me going.
No.
I know. It's okay. Don't apologize. Your truth is your truth. I'm not going to tell you not to tell your truth, dude. Yeah, but
no. People like that are just,
Beaver,
you are fucking evil.
Yeah. And Beaver, you don't have to vouch for anybody. We understand that. I'm just letting him know that I do that. That's all. I'm being quite I'm agreeing with him in case sorry if you didn't think so, but I am. I'm agreeing with Jordy. I really am. But anyway, it's anyway.
Yeah, Shay, that is what happened to Terry Crews.
Yeah. And it also happened to Brendan Fraser. He got assaulted. And you know what? You know what happened to Brendan Fraser? That happened in 2018, right when the movement was pretty hot, right when Amber Heard was out there. But she gets believed, and he gets laughed and shamed out of the industry.
Exactly.
That's kind of So what the hell with that? Like, And I'm not going to say that it doesn't, like, I know why Me Too started and I was all behind it, because they didn't have his voice, because people were afraid to come forward. But does it have to be just women coming forward? Why can't it be everybody coming forward? Like,
It should have been.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they didn't have the right idea to begin with. I was all for it. I still am, if they will bend a little to be more inclusive and stop shaming me because I want to talk about the statistics being skewed, and I want people not to use the movement against people this way. And that kind of brings it down to the other big issue, which is the media. Because do you know who actually did this to all of them? The media.
Yeah.
You know who actually is trying people in the public before they get to court?
The media.
The media. Okay, and do you know who's actually making this such a big, awful thing for all of us now? The media. Okay. And it's almost like they don't have to have a consequence anymore. They don't have to tell you the truth. They're allowed to skew the information. They don't have to tell both sides of a story anymore. They're allowed to publicize anybody that gets accused of anything any way they want. And I find that a little bit hard to take. I'm dealing with another case. I'm not going to go into it now, to where people just organized and put a whole bunch of crap out about somebody. And how do you overcome from that? You know, especially if it's going to go to a court of law. How do you find a jury that hasn't seen it? How do you find people that aren't aware of it?
Especially today, since we're all so intimately connected. You know, quickly connected electronically, and you know, it's I am under the opinion that media should keep their mouth shut on naming names. You know, they
in some countries
they do a good job of it with most of it. They do a good job with it when there's a juvenile involved or women involved. But if it's a man involved, they don't give a shit. They'll just throw it out there. He doesn't have to be proven guilty. He's been accused, therefore, you know, he should lose he should lose his career, he should lose his money. He's been a bad boy. And it's like, wait, what happened to innocent until you proved me guilty? I mean, I'm not saying he's not a bad guy, but God, at least take him into the court and prove that shit first.
Yeah.
And don't report names, don't report rumors, just you know. I mean, I'm of the opinion that once he's been announced as guilty, hey, you can go out and yell it across the world. I don't care. But everybody should be given their justice. I mean, everybody should be given their due process. We are a society that believes in due process and justice.
You would thought, you would thought, but it does get skewed, and then when it does, it gets really hard to take it back, because there seems to be a tendency to just double down. I mean, we saw that they saw the verdict come down in this particular case of Depp versus Heard. They saw the jury, a jury, okay, not just a judge like it was in the UK, but just a jury. Okay, of 7 people, all agree unanimously. And let's just be clear that defamation is not that easy to prove. And yet, when it came to Johnny Depp's claim against Amber Heard, they said 21 yeses out of 21 to prove it on 3 questions, 7 questions on each one, 7 parts to each question. On all 3 of the statements that she made against him, they proved yes, yes, yes all the way through. That's incredible odds, okay, that would happen. All right, so it was an astounding unanimous vote, okay. And now, instead of actually going like the jury and due process knows, the attorneys are out there belittling the jury, belittling the judge, saying that everything was skewed because of social media, saying that the jury was actually out there watching social media.
They are setting up their appeal, and this is what lawyers do. Good or bad, they do it. I mean, they're just, getting a foot in the door early to set their appeal. This is another thing that I find wrong with our justice system. Keep this shit out of the news. Keep this shit out of social media. That's not where this shit should be tried. You're supposed to try this stuff in a court of law, not in the court of public opinion. The public
Exactly.
Right.
has nothing to decide on this. I don't give a shit if 322 million Americans say, Johnny Depp was wrong in all this. What I care about is the judge, the jury, the plaintiff and the defendant. Those are the people I care about. The ones who make the fucking decision. And just because it's a decision I may not agree with doesn't mean I have the right to go out and then start slamming everybody. Because let's face it, this is from the playbook of they cheated and we lost the vote. They took our vote away.
Sore loser.
This
Sore
is
loser
that
syndrome.
very same playbook. And I'm getting fucking tired of people playing this card. It's overdone now.
Right.
It's like sore loser syndrome. It's like what happened to, change of power, equal change of power. Okay, you're the winner, I'm the loser, and we'll play again sometime. It's just not like that anymore. It's just like winning at any cost. And I don't know. I'm a little old fashioned. I'm gonna date myself here. But like, is it really a win when you got to do it that way? Is it
And
really a win?
what Aaron just said about the courts, the transparency of the courts, is true. That's how they were originally established. But what has happened now that we are connected and can pass information instantly back and forth from coast to coast, it needs to change. That needs to change because we still allow people who are supposed to be in the courtyard to be in the court, or not the courtyard, but to be in the court. We don't keep people out of the court. If they're supposed to be there, they're there. But now we have that whole trial is now being broadcast all over the nation, all over the world. And then you've got everybody in the world making up their own mind whether or not he's guilty or innocent, and it's not their fucking job.
Yeah.
It isn't. It's just not. They can watch the trial. I don't give a shit, but keep your mouth shut. Just because you don't agree with it, well, guess what? The 12 jurors have spoken. Whether you agreed with it or not, they spoke. And we, being who we are in America, believing in justice and due process, that means we have to say, well, that's their decision. They were chose to make that decision. May not be what I would have decided, but that's what they, that's what they decided. Okay. We don't know what was said in that jury room. We don't know what the arguments were in that jury room, how they went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and finally convinced one another, here's the verdict we're happy with. Here's the one we can live with. And that's usually what happens in a jury in these kind of cases. It's we compromise. We go back and well, yeah, that's right. And well, but still, on this one, you got to, and they all just, have to come together and say, okay, are we all happy? We all compromise? Great. Let's get out there. Let's get this over with. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. But we weren't in that jury room. We don't know what they said. We have no idea. And people to judge this jury based on not knowing what went on in that jury room need to shut their fucking mouths.
Oh, that's it. It's discouraging to see a lawyer actually doing it like that, acting like a PR team instead of a lawyer. I was very disenchanted with it. But then again, I like the law and I like legal, so I look at it a little different. I looked at it as very disrespectful. But Brilliant brings up a good point. There are several I want to bring up if you guys will give me a moment here. Both sides watch social media. It's not illegal for them to do that. It was just more pronounced from the AH team. Remembering the knife of the bed being introduced, that was likely due to social media. Yes, and when he means both sides, he means the lawyers.
Yes, the lawyers.
He doesn't mean the jury, and he's right, because we did watch Amber Heard's team come back from that break and actually address all of the public opinion that was being said against him.
Yeah.
I'd also like to bring this up that Jordy says. He said, I disagree with that to an extent because votes can be rigged and people have a right to voice their opinion about government. Yes, they do. And it is true that votes can be rigged, but we don't toss a whole system because of a couple of bad apples. What we do is make the system better. Okay.
One day we'll have to talk about that on the political channel, because most vote rigging.
Wait. On the political.
I mean, on the political show
Okay,
that
we got a
you're
political
going to
show.
announce, right?
I just
Wasn't I not supposed to say anything?
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
that's-
Brilliant. I'm really sorry. I fucked it up. I fucked it all up, didn't I?
No, you didn't, because I have wanted to get into serious content, and that's how I started with much more serious content on panels and stuff like that. And no, it's not. But I just think it's funny that we're in the middle of fuckery, having such a serious conversation. And I love this stuff. You know, I live for this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just finding it quite ironic and amusing. And
here's ironic and amusing for me for this
Mhm.
last election. They were looking for all these people who fucked around and got Joe Biden how many
Mhm.
millions? 10 million votes. And you know who
Mhm.
they found was cheating the most? Donald Trump
Mhm.
supporters.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I get it. Hey,
You
Jordan
haven't-
Walker, you're
You
from the
haven't.
UK? Wait a minute, 1 second. You want to talk politics? I will absolutely. You know, on the back of my channel is all my contact information. Hit me up, because there are things about your system that I would like to show people. Things that could be done here in the United States, like the way you treat not putting people in the paper until they're guilty, and then you fucking put them on the registry and all that shit. There's a little bit I know about UK, and I'd love to talk to you. And so definitely hit me up.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now because I've ruined my reputation of being just
No, you haven't.
a playboy.
No, he said, yes, Claire, Quiz has it right. He knows. Shush, shush, secret squirrel. Ha ha. Okay.
Well, I'm sure somebody might mention it in the January 6th committee hearings that all of these claims of voter fraud will come out as, well, there was voter fraud and most of it was by the Republicans, but let's not.
Well, you know what? I don't like to say, like, all right, let's just say by bad eggs, because like,
Let's say bad
you know
eggs.
what? Because here's the thing, like, everybody, they already call me a leftist feminist with like all this, like they call me like so many things. Like nobody actually knows my politics, but I try actually to be independent. And what I want to do is allow all voices, like all considerate, respectful voices. But if you come at me with arrogance and ignorance, bear slap time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Beaver, prove it. Citation needed.
Yeah, they did actually prove against that, Beaver. I'm sorry. And I don't want to get into an argument back and forth with anybody about that voting system.
And there were a lot of dead voters who voted that were Republicans.
Yeah, because we've actually read the report.
Let's not go there.
Wait, don't call you Beaver. I'm sorry. What am I supposed to call you? All right. Anyway, listen, I understand what you're saying, and I understand what was being repeated all the time on the campaign and on certain people. But when it came to the commission, 3 different commissions that did the studies. Now, I could understand if only one of them did the study, okay, and came forward and said they didn't find anything. That would be one thing. But when 3 separate ones do it, and 2 of them were from the campaign themselves and did them and didn't publish their own reports, but had to release them to the government and are now being used against them. I mean, facts are facts. Okay.
And Jordy, let's talk about 2016 on a different night.
Yeah, we can.
I mean, let's not talk about something that happened 6 years ago now, and then say, look at what they did back then, because back then is back then, and yet Trump still won back then. So you're gonna have a hard time proving to me that anybody screwed with the system.
Yeah, well, I'm really not. I'm going to refer them to just the several committees that were named just yesterday in the committee that said, and these were their own people from the campaign came forward and said the information being put out there was misinformation.
Yep.
It was erroneous. It was proved to be erroneous, and it was still spread. And I'm not going to blame anybody for believing it. I'm not going to blame anybody for toting the line however they want to. But I am going to say, please at least listen to the other side, that the stuff that's coming forward now about the 3 studies that were done that didn't find anything of voter fraud. They're talking about all those dead bodies that voted. Listen, you'd have to show it. It's not true.
Hey, Claire, you know what would be a good idea? I'm just thinking here, I just spitballing, but maybe we should show, or maybe we should stream the rest of the January 6th committee hearing so everybody could watch it with us and understand what's going on.
That's a lovely way to segue about the new things we're going to be doing together, Quiz, because yes, we are going to continue with the congressional. Yes, we are. If you get your ass up that early in the morning, because they're making me get up at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Get my ass up. I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. Don't tell me get my ass up.
You know what? I'm up at 4:30 in the morning too, but it's usually because I haven't gone to bed yet.
Well, Aaron just got my attention. He knows how to get my attention back.
All right, you get to read the super chats then, because I'm not saying it. Aaron can't make me say it.
We've got a super chat from Aaron Reese on my favorite subject, penis.
Jared, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We kind of definitely have taken this show so many different places. Then, before we go, would you like to talk about Britney?
Britney?
Did I lose Jared?
No, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh,
it's your turn.
About what?
Do you want to talk about Britney before we leave, or do you want to still go with this, and we'll talk about Britney later?
Oh no, let's not go with this one anymore. This one, I'm sorry, my brain tunes out when we get into this, so I just get quiet.
No, it's hard. I know it's because of politics, which we really should save for the political show. Definitely. But it just, you know what? It's all Dauber's fault. So on that, I'm not even bringing Proudman into this. But if you all want to know how it really got messy, just look up Charlotte Proudman, and then you can DM me about it later.
Miss Cassandra. Yes, it is Britney, bitch. It's time.
Yes, it is. Okay, let's bring up Britney's bitch. All right, ready? All right. I'm gonna bring the video up first, okay? And you can explain to them what the heck this is.
How was it, Jared?
It is great as always. It's my favorite one in the world. I was wondering why you were cackling.
He's putting it out there. I'm just going with it.
All right, you want to tell them about it before I hit play, love?
Yeah. I brought up a news article. Let me find it. So this is Britney Spears' first ex-husband. So Jason Alexander, the one they had their marriage annulled after 55 hours, and he tried to crash her wedding. So this isn't her home. This was the wedding venue, and he live streamed it on Instagram.
Oh my God. And this is the live stream? Okay, so it's 1 minute and 53 seconds. I'm going to play for you guys here.
Yeah, it's bits and pieces.
Oh my God. All right.
This is when he got arrested.
Tell me. Hey, where's Britney at? Hey, tell me the truth. Where's Britney at? Britney.
What is he, a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
Hey, where's Britney at, bro? I'm Jason Alexander, first husband. I'm here to crash the wedding, bro. Fuck that. They're not what we're doing, bro. Who is this guy?
Where is her security team?
So here's the inside scoop, guys, of the bullshit wedding. Jason Alexander. What's up? You love roses? Who are you? Michael, that's Michael, guys. Lou Taylor, Sam Mascari, all his sisters, everyone in his family, Kate Hudson, Larry Rudolph, Brian Spears, Jamie Lynn Spears, Lynn Spears, Jamie Spears, everybody that's been associated with Britney in the last 20 years. even me. Let's do an investigation on me also. I think we look into what I've been learning about C Corps, S Corps, and LLCs and umbrella corporations, and how you're able to basically pump and dump. And if you want to know how it's legal if you do it properly, but pump and dump's not legal. And if you are washing money like from drugs or any kind of type of money you're making illegally and you're putting it into an LLC, washing that money and then dumping it, showing losses, who's got an LLC?
What the hell? What's that?
I have some complaints about her security.
Like what the hell was that? Honestly,
I mean, how did he walk in? Let's be honest, folks. You can't walk into someone's house, ex-husband or not, and not be charged with at least burglary. But people were there, so it becomes robbery.
Yeah.
And God forbid he was carrying a weapon, because then he's going to jail for a felony.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I read up some more about this dude.
Where was his freaking security? Where was security for that place? They should have tackled his ass.
My guess is because he told him who he was. They were like, "Oh, okay," and he wasn't on some like banned list. But I don't know. I think some people are going to get fired after today. But
you think?
Because apparently more than that happened, right? I mean, you showed me this too, that other people were getting kicked out.
Another person gets in.
The very same Trisha Paytas. But this one, I don't know. This is from a T channel. I just saw it on Twitter. So I don't know if this is true or not.
Adam put it up. I don't think he's a fan, but of hers. But I guess I don't think he would put it up and start a fight with her if it wasn't like somewhat true. But it is like, I don't know why they can't let this woman be happy. Like, this is supposed to be her day. Why is it? Would you show up at a wedding you weren't invited to?
Well, she went to the reception.
No. She went to the reception.
She was crashing the reception. I mean, again, do you think that they don't know who they invited?
Right. Exactly. But the other thing is, I found out he's a Proud Boy, and he was there. Well, allegedly, from the article I read. This Jason Alexander. This guy's nuts.
Give me a break.
Yeah. He is fucking crazy. So and something about he would go to like free Britney rallies, and he was real big on like ending her conservatorship. So I wonder if there's some like delusions involved of what's going on. Because I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, I mean, I've been married, 18 years now. There's an attachment. But if I was married to somebody for 55 hours, I'd be like, bye, bitch, we're done. I would be like, wait a minute. All right, cool.
55 hours? That's all they were married for?
That's all.
He's like
55 hours.
He's a
did they get a divorce or whatever they call that? The annulment?
There was annulment.
So they're not even married in the church's eyes. They never got married in the church's eyes.
In legal eyes, it never existed if you get an annulment.
So he's not her ex-husband. He's just an idiot who crashed the wedding.
Well, he's just an idiot. Well, he showed us that. I mean, we've got actual visual evidence of that now. So yeah, we could make that statement. Yep, it is. Yeah. Definitely.
I just think he's delusional. I think there's some other stuff going on with this guy. It was crazy though.
Yeah. Brilliant's telling us it was done on that's the Las Vegas wedding they always talk about. It got annulled right after the weekend. So, in other words, when you get married by Elvis in Vegas, it doesn't always take. Doesn't always take.
And I think I saw something he was trying to say it was because of the conservatorship, but that happened like years later after Federline.
Right.
So she wasn't in a conservatorship.
Federline. It was after her she already had the boys and everything. She already had her kids.
Yeah. Right. The media made her go fucking crazy. Yeah. It was way after that.
That was when she like attacked somebody with an umbrella and shaved her head.
Shaved her head? Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of was having a bit of a reaction to things that were going on in the media and being controlled in her life. And, believe me, that conservatorship, like that's a whole nother thing that happened to her, that went on so long and she couldn't even get anybody to listen to her. Like it went on so long. I've never heard of anything going on that long. And yet they would make her like, they wanted her to, if she's well enough to perform and make money for them, why can't she, have some rights? Like, I didn't understand that. Like, but I'm glad it all went her way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. Well,
I mean, let's, that whole, wasn't it Britney? What's the hotel heiress? Hilton.
Paris
Hilton.
Paris Hilton. And wasn't there a third one that was involved with those two, or was it just her and Paris? I thought that there was a threesome.
Nicole Richie. Yeah, Nicole Richie.
Yeah.
She was always with Paris Hilton. Like then, Lionel Richie's daughter, Nicole. Yeah, but
I mean, they all three. Didn't they all kind of grow up being just, how do you put it, immature rich kids? I mean,
well, I don't even know if they actually
were.
Yeah, but Britney was actually a hard worker. We're talking Mickey Mouse Club. Do you mean like Christina Aguilera and them and Justin Timberlake and all? Listen, that crowd they were.
Who? Justin who?
Oh. Stop it now. We're talking about people that have been working since they've been children, like small children through that Disney whole thing. And like, so no, not like Paris Hilton. Paris wasn't working that hard. Like, and neither was Nicole Richie. Like, we're talking about two different things here. Like, we're talking like the super rich with no jobs and nothing to do. And then these, Britney and them were just in the industry since they were children, working long hours or days or whatever, and then like acting out. We're talking Lindsay Lohan. We're talking Christina Aguilera, all that, you know what I mean? Like, it's totally different. They're not the Paris Hiltons of the world, for sure. But I have to say, Paris is doing some good right now. I'm not really, upset with Paris Hilton. And
she's a fucking baller, man, and she's smart as hell. People don't realize how smart she is.
And she's coming out against the the troubled teen industry and what happened to her. And she speaks a lot, and I gotta give her a lot of credit. Those are really hard stories to tell. That's a really horrible situation, and I give her a lot of credit for putting her time and energy into it, because she doesn't get paid for it. I mean, it's not a job. She's not getting anything for it. She's doing the documentary, she's walking the walk and talking the talk, and I give her a lot of credit for that. Because it needs to be done. I have
respect for anybody who takes their power and influence and helps people who are less than that ended up in the same situation.
Exactly, and just
you turn it into something good. Yeah,
exactly. Trying to right or wrong, whether and even if it's only a drop in a bucket, like
right.
even if the tides are against you and you can't make a big difference. I mean, every little drop eventually helps. I mean, like who I just always want to put my head down on my pillow at night and know that if there was anything you could say or do, that you did, you tried. You tried. That's the important thing. I don't even fear failing, because at least I tried. I failed.
I'd rather be Batman than Lex Luthor any day.
Yeah, you know what I really fear? Not giving a fuck. That's what I really like about the shit that goes on. That's been a big fear of mine my whole life. Like, if I ever get to that point, and believe me, Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, they try to get you there. They really do. They really do. But it's up to all of us as individuals to decide where our lines are and how far we'll go. And I'm still hanging my ass out here.
And when you consider that a lot of these people are raised by nannies and maids and people like that, and not their quote unquote parents, and you wonder where they go wrong, it's like, no, I really don't wonder where they go wrong. It's just craziness. That's not how you raise a child. You certainly don't throw $20 million in their account and say, come and see me next month. I mean, we're crying out loud.
Right.
This is the shit right here, what Erin said. This is why I admired her, because her parents, the Hiltons, like, they did not like what she did and said. She wouldn't listen. So they cut her off. She was a troubled teen. They put her in there and they cut her off and they wouldn't give her any money. And she went and made millions. She is smart, like Jared said, like a whip. She made her own business. She became an industry icon. She became an influencer. She had people throwing money at her left and right just to go up, and still doing whatever she wanted, And that is, I agree, that's a badass bitch right there.
I mean, she grew up. Let's face it, they all grow up. Hell, even Justin Bieber grew up. Nobody wants to say that. Okay.
That true. Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. What are you talking about? I agree. It's okay. Yeah, we agree. Yeah. Aaron says he identifies with her the most when she shaved her head and beat people with an umbrella. Well, you know what? I get that. You know what? Especially since what she was dealing with, I don't think what she did was that bad. I really don't. I mean, look at everything Lindsay Lohan did. Like, she was really up on drugs. She was like doing crazy ass shit, and she didn't get the stuff that Britney got against her. You know, I don't know. You cannot grow up absolutely 100% sane in that celebrity environment. I agree, Juju. It has to do things to you. It really does.
I mean, there are, and let's be honest, there are people in rich families who grow up and are absolutely normal. I mean, there are people who are in what we would call celebrity families that are shielded by their celebrity parents and not shown to the world, who grow up normal. I mean, there are, but I think a lot of them that get out there early because, mommy and daddy's money and whatever else, it's a bad news idea for them. Somebody needs to be, guiding them. And I mean, they're children, for Christ's sake. Who would give a 13-year-old, $5 million a month and say, have fun, honey.
Right.
I don't know why she's getting in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, man. So, I'm telling. Was there anything else I'm forgetting to put up, guys?
Yes, there was one more thing.
What was it?
BTS announced their new album today.
Oh, I'm sorry, chat. I'm really sorry. But he does that wherever he goes. It's part of his contract. He's allowed to say it. I must let him say it or he won't come on air. But, yeah. Anyway, it's okay you're a fan. I'm a fan of many things that people don't understand either. So, well,
they're my bias. There's others that I'm fans of. I could start naming them, all who came out this week with songs, but you'd probably shut me up real quick. So
no, not really. Did you put them in the music room? I know I must admit
I haven't put them all in the music room because they all don't come out with music videos.
Oh, okay. Well,
some just come out with singles, and Boy, it'd be nice to have a music bot that we could just play.
I would say there's a whole day's worth of music. If you want to go through like a whole afternoon of music, John posted a whole day's worth of music in there for me, and I went through it. After I got up from my nap, I was going through it one by one. I'm still not done. But man, there was some memories and stuff in there. And I was embarrassed at some of them that I knew all the words to. I was like, damn, I actually know all the words to this song. Whoa. Oh my God, was I like a pop 40 queen or what? What's going on? Oh no. But it's just interesting because I like a lot of different stuff. But anyway. Oh yes, Jordy. I see what you're saying. You know what, Jordy? That's very interesting. I saw that vote on Boris Johnson, and I want to talk to you about it because I want to know what you think as from the UK, why it went that way. Maybe we should have a discussion on my new political channel that Quiz just announced, which I don't really have another channel. It's just a show.
I really fucked that one up, really, and I'm sorry.
No, you didn't fuck it up. Why do you keep saying that?
But this is fuckery, and this is where we're supposed to do it.
Yeah, dude, you're supposed to fuck everything up. Just like Jared, it is. But on that, yes, I do want to have more serious conversation. And I think I said it the other night, with library chats, I do like to have one-on-one conversations with people about all types of subjects, not just
politics. Yeah, John and I are going to be on once. We're going to be talking about a lot of things.
Are you? Oh my gosh, am I going to get two guys? The last time I had two guys on library chats, it was a really good conversation. I had Charlie and Aaron on there. And we talked about
it. Remember, we talked about this last night. What we wanted,
Was I awake? Wait a minute. Was I awake? Because,
You were starting to nod off, but you still said never.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Yes, Mrs. Cassandra, John, yay. John's got a mic now. Is not the world a better place with John having a mic? It's kind of cool. Yeah, it is. But wait a minute. You say we talked about it last night. So now I'm concerned because if I remember last night, there was like me being like really tired, doing the political thing, being up really late, playing games with all you guys. There might have been a strawberry gummy involved that made me really tired.
Maybe one, maybe two. Who knows?
And by the way, people, I'm just going to say right now, I support you all that want to do that. And I understand. And I finally tried it after all this time with everybody in my DMs telling me it was going to make me relax and that it was going to really be good for me. No, people, no. I woke up like I had a hangover and I had no fun the night before. That fucking sucks. Like, that's not right. Like, you should not take a gummy and feel like you have a hangover immediately.
So you woke up and you woke up like you were 16 again.
I just woke up like it was not good. No, but it was even before I woke up. It was like the whole time I was awake with it, and then when I woke up it was even worse later. Like it was like, oh, it was not good. But I'm never doing that again.
Were they THC or CBD?
CBD.
Okay.
But I thought the other one was bad for you. I thought they took that out. I don't know I don't know that much about it. I'm naive. So
depending on your state, it could be good or bad for you.
Yeah. It depends.
If it's illegal in your state, it's bad for you.
in my state, you need medical cards and everything like that. And the reason was like my doctor did want to try it for like some long-term pain effects and things like that. But I'm going to be saying hell to the no. I don't want to feel like that. I'd rather I don't. Otherwise, it'd be on like big painkillers and shit. Like I don't need that.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to feel like that, you at least should have the fun of what got you to the hangover state. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, if it was THC, you'd have a little bit different experience. But again, it's probably illegal in your state. And
Aaron's calling me a cannibal because I was eating gummy bears. Yes, it was shaped like a bear. Actually, it was like. Because the person who sent it to me thought that was funny, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. No problem. Gummies. Yeah. I'm not that old, Aaron. That's right. Contrary to the games last night. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. So where are we going with this? Are we going out? Oh,
I think that was it for me.
We're 3 minutes past out. Ooh, I get to play my new outro again.
Yeah.
My new thank you that was done by Counter Talk. Thank you very much. Don't even think that I'm this talented, people. When you see these new videos that I have coming out.
Hey, Aaron, here it comes. Watch it this time.
What? But I didn't do it, Aaron. So I take no credit for it, actually. But it's like, I think mocking media may be a floating body of all the sarcasm cast out into the universe. Oh, shit. The secret's out. Aaron discovered the secret of mocking media. This is terrible. I'm sorry, mocking. You've been outed. You are. You are that cloud of lovely sarcasm that we all just look up to. Oh,
they said they'll take it. So I guess it works out for them.
It does, because that is the king of snark right there. I'm sorry. I know. I can't help it. Just like you like your BT, like I like my bird. The bird snark is the best snark I see on Twitter and on YouTube. Sorry. And I like snark. I like Omegon and like a couple other pretty snark ass people, but that's the king right there. Mrs. Cassandra, I'm not that talented. We identify as a cat. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Did I just say that? I did. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you just did.
Damn, it's time
Must be
to
that
go.
leftover gummy.
I'm not ignoring you, Beaver. How can I ignore you when you're freaking atting me every 3 seconds in the chat? I'm not ignoring you. What do you want? Okay. If you put a gummy up your asshole, do you have COVID if you don't get high? Ask Charlie Welch. I got a question. now you're making me sorry that I read it. You see, and you want to know why I don't read all your comments, like because now poor Charlie, he was like he probably went to sleep already. Like now we're bringing his ass into it again. Okay. All right, on that, I think we're going to put the outros on again. Jared, thank you for being here. I'm sorry that we politicaled you into a coma. Promise not to do it again on fuckery because we have our own show to do that on, don't we, Quiz? And we won't do that anymore for them. We won't keep it where it needs to be.
I make no promises.
Okay.
Whatever I can get away with, and she'll let me. I always. I'm always fishing.
All right,
You like
listen.
those limits.
Beaver wants you to scream her name, Quiz, while I put the outro
Okay,
on.
Beaver. No, what she wants me to scream is the name that she wants me to scream. I'm not going to scream it. Sorry,
Which
Beaver.
one's that? Which one's that? I don't know.
That went by a while ago. A long while ago.
Okay, I'm good. Then I missed it, huh?
You did.
Right. Okay, all right. Okay, well, that's okay. It's going to be that way because, I missed it. All right, on that, thank you very much, Quiz. Thank you very much, Jared. Hope to see you guys again. Hope we're still talking later. After all of this. and thank you, everyone in the chat who hung out and did another fuckery with us. And that's exactly what it was because there is definitely shit going on everywhere. And well, it's what we do. We talk about it. Sometimes very strangely. What can I say? Well, all right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh my God. Did you hear about the
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
Oh, she said
Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me.
I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see.
No, but did you see that?
Playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
I just wanna be greatness.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate, bitch, you can fucking bite me.
Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.